Welcome to Farming Aid.
When it comes to beef, most people think of familiar names like Angus or Hereford. But hidden behind the scenes are a few rare breeds that take red meat to another level entirely. These cattle aren't raised in massive herds or commercial feedlots, they're nurtured with care, preserved through generations, and prized for producing beef so extraordinary it's considered culinary gold. In today's video, we're uncovering the secrets of 3 ultra-rare breeds whose meat has become a global symbol of excellence. Each one tells a story of heritage, perfection, and taste that money alone can't buy. Get ready to explore the world of beef where rarity meets pure luxury. This is red meat gold. Let's start with the legendary Japanese Wagyu, perhaps the most famous and coveted of all rare beef breeds. The word Wagyu itself simply means Japanese cow, but within that term lies a world of tradition, genetics, and craftsmanship that elevates it far beyond ordinary cattle. The origins of Wagyu date back to Japan's feudal era, when draft animals were selectively bred for endurance and muscle. Over centuries, this isolation and selective breeding produced cattle with an extraordinary ability to store fat within the muscle fibers, a phenomenon called intramuscular marbling. Unlike the external fat you trim off a steak, this marbling melts during cooking, infusing the meat with a buttery tenderness and flavor that's almost impossible to describe. True Wagyu beef, especially from regions like Kobe, Matsusaka, and Omi, is not just food, it's a cultural treasure. The cattle are raised under meticulous care, with strict genetic tracking, diet management, and even stress reduction practices. Some farms famously play soothing music or provide regular massages to keep the animals calm and ensure the finest meat texture. Whether or not every farm follows these exact rituals, the principle remains the same: harmony and care create quality. This level of attention has resulted in beef with a marbling score that defies belief, far beyond what Western grading systems can measure. Wagyu's marbling isn't just aesthetic, it transforms the entire dining experience. When cooked, the fat melts at a low temperature, enveloping the meat in a silky richness that gives every bite a luxurious, almost creamy feel. But Wagyu's real magic lies in how it bridges science and art. Japan's long-standing breeding programs are precise to the genetic level, ensuring only cattle with the most desirable fat distribution and muscle fiber characteristics are reproduced. This genetic heritage, combined with regional terroir, the soil, water, and climate that influence the cattle's diet, creates subtle differences between varieties. Kobe Wagyu, for instance, is known for its delicate sweetness, while Matsusaka beef offers a more profound, savory depth. In global markets, Wagyu has become the benchmark of beef excellence. Genuine Kobe cuts can fetch thousands of dollars per kilogram, making them literal red meat gold. Even crossbreeds like American Wagyu, produced by mixing Japanese genetics with Angus or Hereford lines, are highly prized for their balance of tenderness and flavor. Yet no imitation can truly replicate the precision, patience, and passion behind authentic Japanese Wagyu. It's a symphony of genetics, culture, and devotion. If Wagyu represents the artistry of beef, the Chianina of Italy embodies the power and purity of ancient tradition. This majestic white breed, one of the oldest in the world, traces its roots back over 2,000 years to the Etruscan and Roman civilizations. The Chianina was once a symbol of strength, pulling plows and carriages across Tuscany's sun-drenched landscapes. But over time, its exceptional meat qualities turned it into a culinary icon. Towering over most cattle breeds, Chianina bulls can stand over 6 feet tall and weigh more than a ton, yet their lean, fine-grained meat tells a different story, one of balance, flavor, and heritage. Unlike Wagyu, which dazzles with rich marbling, Chianina beef stands out for its purity and texture. It's remarkably lean but still tender, offering a clean, robust taste that reflects the Mediterranean pastures where it's raised. Italian butchers prize it for its firm structure and deep, savory aroma that intensifies with simple grilling. The legendary bistecca alla fiorentina, Florence's famous T-bone steak, is traditionally made from Chianina. The meat's natural flavor needs little more than salt, olive oil, and a hot flame. When cooked rare, it's juicy yet refined, proof that tenderness doesn't always depend on fat, but on muscle quality and the animal's way of life. Raising Chianina is not for large-scale operations. These cattle require vast space and careful handling. They thrive on open pastures and traditional diets, with minimal industrial interference. In modern times, this slow, sustainable approach makes them a rarity. The breed nearly vanished during the mid-20th century due to industrial agriculture favoring faster-growing, heavier marbled breeds. Yet in Tuscany and Umbria, passionate breeders fought to preserve the genetic purity of Chianina, recognizing that its distinct qualities couldn't be replaced. Their efforts paid off. Today, Chianina beef is certified under the Carne Chianina IGP label, a protected geographic indication guaranteeing authenticity. It remains one of Italy's most prestigious meats, often reserved for fine dining and special occasions. What makes Chianina red meat gold isn't just its rarity, but its remarkable balance of health, heritage, and taste. The meat's low fat content and high protein make it ideal for those who appreciate gourmet flavor without excess richness. Chefs around the world have begun to rediscover Chianina, pairing its natural sweetness with fresh herbs, balsamic reductions, and even truffle sauces. Each cut tells a story of endurance, of a breed that refused to disappear, and of a culinary legacy that continues to define what Italian beef excellence truly means. While Wagyu captivates with indulgent marbling and Chianina impresses with ancient purity, the Belgian Blue takes rarity and transformation to another level entirely. This breed, originating from Belgium, is a marvel of genetic uniqueness. Known for its striking appearance, the Belgian Blue is instantly recognizable for its massive, muscular build, so pronounced that it's often called the bodybuilder of cattle. But what lies behind that physique is an extraordinary genetic mutation known as double muscling. This naturally occurring trait results from a variation in the myostatin gene, which limits muscle growth in normal animals. In Belgian Blues, that restriction is turned off, leading to muscle fibers that grow far larger and denser than in any other breed. The result is beef that is incredibly lean, tender, and high in protein. While most cattle breeds carry a significant amount of fat, Belgian Blue beef contains up to 20% more muscle and significantly less fat, creating a texture that's both dense and delicate. This makes it one of the healthiest red meats available, low in cholesterol and high in nutrient content, without compromising on flavor. When properly aged and cooked, the meat reveals a mild, clean taste that chefs describe as naturally sweet and buttery. The fine grain structure ensures that even lean cuts remain tender, something rarely seen in other high-muscle breeds. Raising Belgian Blues, however, requires skill and care. Because of their genetic uniqueness, they need proper nutrition and management to maintain muscle quality and avoid health issues. The breed is relatively rare outside Europe, though interest is growing in countries like the United States, Australia, and Canada, where experimental herds are exploring how to adapt Belgian Blue genetics to local climates. The goal is to combine their incredible meat yield with sustainability and animal welfare standards. Despite their intimidating size, these cattle are gentle by nature, and breeders emphasize humane conditions to maintain their quality and temperament. Economically, Belgian Blue beef represents a paradox of rarity and efficiency. On one hand, their exceptional muscle yield allows for higher production of premium cuts per animal. On the other, their specialized breeding and care requirements limit scalability. This balance keeps prices high and ensures that true Belgian Blue beef remains a connoisseur's choice rather than a supermarket staple. For chefs and butchers, it's the ultimate expression of precision breeding, an example of how science and natural evolution can intersect to create something extraordinary. What makes these three breeds collectively stand out as red meat gold isn't just their price tags or exclusivity. It's the philosophy behind them, a commitment to excellence, authenticity, and respect for nature. Each breed tells a different story of how humans and animals have co-evolved through culture, environment, and purpose. Wagyu represents the pinnacle of indulgence, where every detail from genetics to emotion shapes the final product. Chianina embodies purity and endurance, a bridge between history and modern culinary identity. Belgian Blue showcases how natural genetics and careful stewardship can redefine efficiency without compromising flavor. Beyond their individual stories, these breeds highlight an important shift in how we view meat in the modern world. As consumers grow more conscious of sustainability and quality, there's a return to appreciating slow-grown, ethically raised livestock. Instead of chasing mass production, more farmers and chefs are investing in heritage and rare breeds. The demand for Wagyu-style marbling, Chianina's lean authenticity, and Belgian Blue's high yield has sparked new breeding collaborations worldwide. Hybrid programs are exploring how these genetics can improve local herds, not just for profit, but for resilience, flavor, and animal welfare. The rarity of these breeds also plays into the economics of luxury food. True Wagyu or certified Chianina beef can cost several $100s per pound. This exclusivity isn't simply marketing, it reflects years of selective breeding, careful feeding, and limited supply. Eating these meats isn't just about taste, it's an experience that connects you to centuries of tradition and craft. The same applies to Belgian Blue, which, despite being less publicized than Wagyu, is coveted among meat connoisseurs for its clean flavor and outstanding texture. When cooked properly, its leanness delivers a refined eating experience, firm yet tender, robust yet light, something that speaks to the artistry of natural genetics. These breeds also symbolize the deeper value of preservation. In a world where global livestock is narrowing to a few commercial breeds, genetic diversity is under threat. The loss of rare cattle isn't just a culinary tragedy, it's a risk to food security. Breeds like Chianina and Belgian Blue carry unique genes that might one day help create more sustainable, disease-resistant herds. Wagyu's unique fat composition, high in monounsaturated fats and oleic acid, has even drawn interest from health researchers. By preserving and valuing these rare lines, farmers aren't just producing luxury meat, they're protecting a biological heritage that could shape the future of agriculture. In the culinary world, the reverence for these breeds continues to grow. Michelin star chefs often speak about Wagyu as the ultimate ingredient, a product so complete that it requires almost no intervention. Chianina remains a chef's favorite for dishes that celebrate simplicity and authenticity. Belgian Blue, though more subtle in fame, is quietly earning its place in high-end kitchens that value clean, health-focused protein with unmatched tenderness. Each breed represents a different facet of perfection, offering chefs and consumers the chance to taste not just beef, but history, science, and culture. For the farmers who dedicate their lives to maintaining these breeds, it's about more than profit. It's a labor of passion, a mission to uphold traditions that could easily vanish under industrial pressure. Raising Wagyu requires patience and emotional investment, every cow is treated almost like a family member. Breeding Chianina demands respect for ancient genetics and a deep understanding of Italy's agricultural rhythm. Managing Belgian Blue herds requires technical expertise and a commitment to animal health. Their shared trait is devotion, the human touch that transforms ordinary farming into art. From the perspective of the global beef market, these breeds have also changed how people define luxury. It's no longer about quantity or even rarity alone, but about authenticity, meat that tells a story, raised with integrity. High-end restaurants often highlight the breed and region of origin directly on their menus, letting diners know they're experiencing something genuinely special. A Kobe Wagyu steak, grilled over charcoal, a Chianina T-bone, kissed by olive oil, a Belgian Blue filet, cooked sous vide to highlight its lean tenderness, each dish reflects a unique philosophy of flavor and craftsmanship. In a broader sense, these ultra-rare beef breeds remind us that true value often lies in what can't be mass-produced. They're living examples of how patience, heritage, and respect for nature create something timeless. Wagyu shows that luxury can be cultivated through care. Chianina proves that ancient wisdom still holds relevance in the modern world. Belgian Blue demonstrates that science, when guided by ethics, can elevate food production without losing soul. Together, they form a trilogy of excellence: rare, remarkable, and red meat gold in every sense. As the future of farming continues to evolve, the lessons these breeds offer are vital. In a time when efficiency often overshadows quality, they remind us that the best things still take time. Consumers are increasingly willing to pay for meat that carries meaning, not just calories. This growing awareness could help sustain these rare breeds for generations to come, ensuring that the world's finest beef traditions never fade into obscurity. Whether enjoyed in a Michelin restaurant or celebrated on a small artisan farm, Wagyu, Chianina, and Belgian Blue stand as proof that perfection in red meat isn't about abundance, it's about legacy, craftsmanship, and the pursuit of flavor that transcends the ordinary. Each of these ultra-rare beef breeds tells a story of excellence that goes far beyond the dinner plate. The Japanese Wagyu shows how precision and care can create the world's most tender, marbled meat. The Italian Chianina stands as a symbol of heritage and strength, proving that ancient genetics can still define modern quality. And the Belgian Blue demonstrates how nature and science together can shape incredible efficiency without sacrificing flavor. These breeds are more than just cattle, they're living legacies of craftsmanship, patience, and respect for tradition. Their rarity makes them precious, but it's their unmatched taste and history that make them true red meat gold. If you enjoyed learning about these extraordinary breeds, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating farm animals and the hidden treasures that keep agriculture alive.